What's up? What's up, baby? Hi. So today, a bit of service on the bike. Um, some oil change. I changed the oil filter and of course the air filter. And then of course, because I've been riding it hard for a month, just check all the bolts, do a nut and bolt check to make sure nothing has come loose. And of course, my princess over here helping me with the stuff. What do you want, baby? Come. Shuka. Ah, tengeneza hiyo hapo sasa. Hizo ni zako. Eh. And of course, from the last video you've seen, I got something to measure. However, technology has improved. One of those things that do it yourself, as you know, there is always a bit of shortcuts here and there. You gotta check the orientation of this to make sure I put it back in the right way. Here you have the air filter. Have a bit of a look around, see there's no water in here. It's been raining for a bit. So no water in here, which is a good thing. Just a bit dusty, but we'll fix that. So here you can see the difference, the old one, the new one. So let's see. They're not exactly like for like. Dimensions are the same, but the stock one comes with a bit of this metal mesh. This one I got doesn't have the metal mesh. That should be okay. So plug that in into the holder. Good as new. Intake valve, intake manifold over there, and this is the airbox. Shock there. That all the way to that. Yeah. So this is the new filter, very clean. This is the old one. Press it tight with them. Go back and check the first screws. like to do this in alternating sides so that you make sure you have it properly aligned. So I've just drained the bowl of my carburetor. Just loosen that screw at the bottom there. Of course, it comes out of this drain pipe. You can see how much dirt was in there. There's also a water bubble at the bottom. I don't know whether it's clear to see in this. I don't think it's worth pulling out the whole cab just to clean it. But part of the reason I did this is because I did notice a bit of a stutter as you're riding. You feel that it's not accelerating the way it should. So I thought there must be some dirt in there. But let me hope. But that this is the whole point of having the bowl, so it collects all the dirt, and then you're able to quickly clean it and remove it. So the water bubble, as you can see, is that the thing down here. I hope this sorts it out. I don't want to open this cab as is today, but if the problem persists, then maybe next week or sometime during the week I'll come down and sit out and clean it all out with cab cleaner and all that. One of the problems that I've discovered is water gets in through the sides of this, so it sits around here, and then when you open this, when you're going to fill up, you do get quite a bit of water coming in, going in. So one of the things that I've been doing in the mornings, especially if it's been raining, without opening anything while it's closed, just slant the bike on the side, and then the water comes out from the sides. So by the time I'm going to fill it up, it doesn't have as much water. So the issue has been a bit of water seeps in. Don't know whether this is clear in terms of seeing the difference, but that's something that I've noticed about my fuel cap. I don't know whether anybody else gets the same problem. So 17 plug from the bottom there. You can let out the oil. Of course, also. Mama, what are you doing? Mama? Mama, don't touch anything. So the filter for the oil is over here. So you need a number 8 spanner to open this. 2 bolts, of course. Make sure you have something to catch the oil. Yes. Acha nimalize twende ride. And that is exactly why you need that. the old oil filter. Oops. Ona imeenda huko chini ya gari. Nani ataendea? Ni mimi. Imeenda huko nyumba. Tutaendea jali. Mama siwezi kubeba sahi. No. Don't touch. Dirty. Cuddles. Nini unataka? Ona tuonyesha watu. Old new. So difference. And just for reference, this one was put in at the beginning of the month. I've done about 2000 km since then. So what's up, baby girl? Mwah. You want to do your own videos? So now I've gotten all the oil out. So where the oil filter sits. Make sure not to lose that. Now we screw back the nut, the drain plug. Of course, as you're doing this, you have to be really careful not to overtalk it. Otherwise, remember the bolt is made of steel, and this is aluminum. So if you overtalk it, you end up stripping it, and I did that on my previous bike, and I had to permanently seal the drain plug with silicone, and I used to drain it from where the filter is on the other side. So be really careful about that. So now it's time to top it back, just to make sure all the other oil is out. Just clean the bike a bit, it all comes out, that's no problem. And of course, for replacing the oil, I'm using Axcella 40 Premium 40 from Oryx petrol station. So yeah, today I even got measuring jig and this because someone told me I was being kienyeji, so now I can be a bit professional. Technologia. Since can't eyeball it as to where half of this is, so I had to buy this. It's only 50 shillings, it doesn't cost me much, and it's there forever. So yeah, and of course, before you put this back, make sure you dip it in oil just to make sure it has some oil in. Put some oil in there, and then after that, put it while it has oil. Don't put it when it's dry. Yeah, so clean, dirty. This is just 2000 kilometers in, so advisable to always change your oil filter when you're doing your oil change, because if you put new oil, it circulates into that. Within a minute, it's back being dirty. Put a new one. That way you have doesn't contaminate as much. Yes, there's a bit of oil that remains in the system somewhere in there, but not a lot. So for the most part, you have fresh oil, but there's quite a bit of oil in this. Getting ready to put this back in. And of course, as you are putting it back in, make sure you get the orientation right for these two holes to go with the two holes in there. So make sure you know how it's going back in. So my oil, put it into this. I need to drill another hole for air so that it can pour. Mama, no, 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 no. Should be an easier way of doing this, in my opinion. So put some oil into that. And then put it in there. It's in. Oh, how did I put the screws? Mama, umeiba screw zangu? Yes. Hmm? Baby, where did you put my 8mm socket? Again, remember not to overtalk this, because it will strip the bolts. That should be enough. And then, of course, the rest of the oil goes in there. It's actually an exact liter. Yeah. It's an exact liter. So you can see the liter mark over here at the top. So good to know. So we are going to put in but the manual says if you're changing even the oil filter, you have to do 1.5 liters. So that's what I'm gonna do. So that's the first liter. Put that in. This is much slower. Actually, come to think of it, where did I put my thingy? I had my technology pipe. This is what I've been using all along. Yeah, much better. Done. Now let us see the level. Umeenda? It's straight. Spot on to where it should be. Just making sure all the bolts I can see are properly torqued. Nothing has come loose over the last 5,000 kms. But then again, making sure not to overtalk anything. Don't want to streak things. Most of the bolts on this are either 10s or 8s. Baby, you're hungry? You don't have to throw things down. Niambia tu umesikia njaa nikuwekee kichakula.